Hi, this is Jason Fielder with the Daily Forex Report for November 17th. We're looking at the US Japanese yen pair. I'm expecting this pair to move as high as 98.33 and as low as 94.91. Now look for some resistance in this particular pair if it goes as high as 97.00, and look for support around 96.00. This particular pair has retraced the gap. The probability was that it would by the end of the week. It did within the first session. So let's switch over to the Euro USD pair. This particular pair also retraced its gap fairly quick. I am looking for it to move between 128.33 on the high side, on the low side 123.89 on the lower side. Look for some resistance to come into this market around 127.20 and for support to come in around 12600. Now switching over to the pound, we talked a little bit about the pound yesterday, how we had an inside bar on Fridays. As you can see, we did get a break of that. It closed below our high of this session, but it still broke it. And it closed fairly close. Don't know if anyone took that trade or not, but that definitely did occur. Now we do also had a gap trade that occurred. If you notice the market gap from the close to close of Friday to the open of Monday or Sunday night, and it retraced it as the probability said it. Probability is in our favor for that occurring, and it did. Now looking at what this pair will probably do today or during this next session, we have 1.5191 for a high range. Our low range is 144.72. Now look for some resistance to come in around 1.5000 and support to come into this market around 148.00. Now switching over to the US Swiss, this particular pair also gapped. It gapped up though, and it also retraced its gap during this past session. I am looking for this particular pair to move as high as 1.2091 and possibly as low as 118.18. Now we have a pretty significant we're at a pretty significant level with this particular pair. We're at 1,2000 essentially, and it gapped into previous resistance for this particular session. It gapped into it here, moved lower. We are currently about 15 pips from that point. We could get a break above this. If we do get a break, and I'm talking about a break of like 1.2010, say, or a little bit higher, look for it to go up to the 1.2050 area. If you want to grab a little bit of basically grab some pips and scalp to some degree. That's a little bit larger than a traditional scalp would be, but just look for the market to push higher. If it breaks this point, I could see it very easily running up to the 1.2050 level in this particular pair. Now as far as what we're looking for, look for it to go as high as 120.91 and on the lower side 118.18. Look for some resistance though around the 1.2000 level and support around 119.50. Well, that about does it for the charts today. The Eurozone had their trade balance being released today. It was better than expected at negative 5.6 billion. That's probably what gave a little bit of strength to the Euro USD pair. Now, looking ahead, though, for tomorrow, we have the pound releasing their CPI report for October. That's being released at 4:30 a.m., and the consensus is that it has dropped from 0.5% down to 0.1%, which would be good news. Now, year to date, it's showing that it's dropped as well from 5.2% down to 4.8%. And if the drops more than that, more significant than that, look for the U.S. Or the pound U.S. dollar pair to surge higher as it did this past session. Well, that about does it for today. Until tomorrow, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.